Hey, what's up, everyone? Brad Chmielewski here with episode 158 of Shatter the Vain. I said last week I need to get some non-Gangstars people on, and I made that happen. We have the new roster of EchoFox joining me this week. We got a lot of people on. We got 5 other people plus me. So if you're watching the video version, you're just going to see me and the EchoFox logo. We couldn't get the cameras going for everyone, so we just decided to just have everyone on voice. So the video, it's just going to be me, but the audio sounds great. Everyone's on talking about how they got into esports, how they got into Vainglory, the previous team, Los Baboons, and the trolling of Team Liquid, everything. We dive into it all. What happened to the previous team of EchoFox? So we don't dive much into the talents or talk too much about how that's been going, because I just kind of wanted to hear the EchoFox story and this new roster. It's really exciting to see them going to be back in the Vainglory 8 here for the summer season that should be starting in I think the season ends in about 10 days, so we should see the new season kick off here in about a month or less. So yeah, get ready for that. Get ready to be checking these guys out, seeing them play. I think they're going to be names you're going to start to hear and recognize in the scene. And then I got to mention the Patreon page. That's over at patreon.com/shatterthevain. If you can support the show, that would be awesome. But I want to say, if you can't do it, that's fine. You're listening, you're watching, you're sharing the episodes. Leave a review on iTunes. Then just help it out. Anyway, you can help the show out. I appreciate it. All right, let's do it. Let's jump into 158.
Shatter the Vain.
This is the 158th episode of Shatter the Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and it's a podcast all about Vainglory. Every week, try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully we can all become better players together. And every week, bringing on new people from the community, people that love this game, support it, play it. And this week, I have the new roster of EchoFox joining me. Welcome, guys.
Hello. What's up?
Hi. We have a big group on this call here. I guess if we wanted to go around and there's a couple people missing, but if we wanted to introduce everyone, so kind of, let them know who you are.
I'm Slayda. I am the captain of Los Baboons, and I guess we got acquired by EchoFox. So I am the captain of EchoFox currently.
Cool.
I guess I can go next. I'm Ben FooJee Wadley. Been around all kind of a few years now. But if you don't know who I am currently the coach of EchoFox's Vainglory team. I also help with some general management responsibilities there as well, amongst a few other things throughout the Vainglory community and just esports in general.
Cool. Nice.
Hi, I'm Yazaru3, but you guys can just call me Yaz and don't include the 3.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm the jungler for EchoFox, and we were called Los Baboons, and we just got acquired. So yeah, we're all looking forward this VG8 season. So see ya guys, unfold.
Cool. And then we got one more. We got the analyst, right?
Yeah. My name is Jorge. My IGN is Darrilk, and I'll be the analyst for EchoFox.
Nice. And then who are we missing from this? We got Super Shot, the sub, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Super Shot is the sub, and then we're missing Erwin, which is the laner.
Okay. And then can't forget about you, Slow Dead. We didn't even get your introduction here.
Yeah, my name is Daniel, known as Loaded. Been in the community for a while. I'm part of EchoFox as a support staff for the team. So just pretty much anything the team needs, I'll be around making sure things get going for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much my role for now.
Right. So this is besides FooJee here, this is a completely new roster and I guess not new team, but just new acquirement. So this is pretty awesome for EchoFox and you guys as well.
Yeah.
So I guess stepping back a little bit, like I'd love to hear how you guys got into VG. I know FooJee and Slayda have been on before, and we've heard those stories multiple times. Yeah, I don't know about Slayda, if you wanted to jump in here first. And
yeah. The reason I got into VG is I've always been an FPS player.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved my Call of Duties, my Battlefield and stuff. It was around July. I got invited to a July 4th to my Nino's house. And he was playing a MOBA called Vainglory. And because I was a shooter, he told me to play it. I didn't really like it, but I guess I was bored or something. He left us. He said, just play it. I played it. Didn't really... I liked it, but I still didn't completely liked it. Like, I liked it a bit.
Yeah, okay.
And then we came back a week passed. I went back to his house. He was playing it with a couple buddies of his. So I'm like, all right, let's just play it. And I just dominated. I just did really well. I think back then there was no rank or nothing. It was just, you just queue up. Mm-hmm. So I did really well. And since then, I've pretty much never been able to put the game down.
So you kind of fell in love with it because you were like really good at it.
So,
like
yeah. I think back then was when Scarf could like burn he was like super strong. This was back when seasons weren't even a thing. Like there wasn't even preseason or anything. This was 2 years ago, I guess you can say, a year and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Scarf was the issue there for a little while. I think many of us remember that. Cool, and then Yaza, right? Did I say that correctly? I feel like I'm Yaza.
Hey, yeah, it's Yazar.
Yazar.
So yeah, about me, I've been a competitive player since I was like 10 years old, mm-hmm. and it started when I learned to play the game called Dota. So it's a MOBA too, mm-hmm. and I played that game for like 10 years. So so I'm really like competitive. And then one day, I found this game, Vainglory. Through my cousin, which is Miko, aka Mamikshi. And then at first I was like, this game is really good, but it doesn't remind me of Dota because I'm like, I want to play Dota again. Okay. So I kind of try to find another MOBA on phone, which is like Hero of Order and Chaos, and I kind of played that game for 4 months. But then the graphics, I don't know about the graphics, it's like low-key sucks. So I tried to play Vainglory. And after 4 months, it got released. And then there you go. I found like a lot of friends. I joined Ardent until I become competitive. I remember I joined the team Boom Shakalaka. Okay. I'm with Havoc and I was with Havoc and Wadi, but like we didn't make it to live finals. And I guess our sister team, which is Ardent Axiom, they made it to autumn live finals. And then after that, I'm like, oh dude, I'm gonna go down here, like I'm gonna do this. And then after that I just played with a lot of people, tried to look who's gonna be like a good companion with me and build synergy with, until think what happened. I found Wizard Sips in Poly, and then we made a team. It's under Ardent Aurora, and we made it to last year. I think it's last year, last year's summer live finals. Mm-hmm. And but like after that, we kind of got separated. They found their own team, and I found this team I teamed up with Slayda and Supershot and Irwin, and there you go.
Nice.
And this is the present now. Yeah, we got acquired.
That's awesome.
Well, that's my story.
Yeah, so it seems like you guys have been playing for a long time, like been on these teams and been around and
Mhm.
like yeah, you're maybe not like the names that like the Call the Meeks and the Iraqi Zoros that
Oh,
people
yeah.
like know, but you've been here the whole time, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we've been here, but like I kind of playing like a stop and go motion. So that's how like sometimes I don't know. I don't even know if community knows me, to be honest. So yeah,
Well, I'm sure they're going to now, so that's the
I wish. Well, yeah. So yeah, that's it.
that. Do you guys live near each other at all? Because I know I've seen some pictures of the signing of contracts and things like that getting together. Was that just for this kind of acquirement?
Well, actually, me, Erwin, Yazru, and Derek, Slowdead, everyone in the team besides Supershot lives in California.
Oh,
We all live, I think,
Like an hour with each other, I think.
an hour to an hour and a half away from each other. Derek pretty much picks us all up and he takes us places when needed. Slowdead the same.
He's the Uber.
Yeah, he's like our Uber.
Uber.
Yeah, but yeah, we're just, I don't know, we're just all good buddies, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
Did
we all
you?
live in the same area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you know each other like prior, like at all, or was it just like Vainglory
Derek-
kind of brought you guys together?
Derek and
Yeah.
Yazru knew each other off of Vainglory, but me and Erwin, we've been friends with VG for like a year. But Derek and Yaz, I think they've known each other before in real life. Well,
Yeah,
because of Vainglory,
because of
but-
worlds.
Yeah, because of
Yeah,
World.
because it's a Worlds.
Okay.
But other than that, everyone's gone in friendships, I guess, in real life because of Vainglory. No one knew
Yeah.
each other out of because of Vainglory.
Nice.
Without Vainglory.
I think that's pretty awesome that you live by each other because you guys can meet up and kind of build that relationship and that bond that maybe is hard for some people to do when you're just playing
Yeah.
over voice. Everything.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that makes this team, like, apart from the the other teams besides them living together, is that they all live like so close to each other that that you guys become friends, not just in the game but outside the game. And this is one of the things with the team is that we're not just players, we're actually friends, outside the game. We're messaging with each other all day, which helps, with the bonding and the synergy. So there's like really no hatred against each other. They do troll each other a lot, but that's pretty much common, I guess, in the team. But I think that's what makes the team stronger, that they live so close together.
Nice.
Yeah. That kid Erwin, he's the most toxic one out of all of us.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree on that one.
Agree.
Damn, he's not even here to defend himself. Savage.
Yeah, that's
Forget
rough.
Even if he was here in FooJee, he wouldn't talk.
Yeah, it's so quiet. It's that shy type
Not in
person.
real life. In real life, he's toxic.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's,
I mean-
he's quiet when they're boys, but in
Yeah.
person, wow. Watch out.
Me and Derek wanted to.
You
oh
wouldn't
my
believe
God.
him.
Me and Derek wanted to go off the roof.
And then Derek, like, how'd you become the analyst? Like, how'd you get into that kind of side of Vainglory?
I used to play when when it was like Noble Pro after Sinosec, Riesgo, and Uni before you moved to I think it was CEA.
Okay.
And after that, I started playing with Hyde when he was like making a name for himself in Noble Pro and Vainglorious. When he used to Vainglorious used to spam Castro and then Hyde used to spam CP Saw. We kind of got into the challenger battles, but we had some issues with the team, and then we couldn't make it to BGA. And then after that, like, I was like, oh, I like this. Like, I like competing. I like the esports side of it. I like hanging out with community. I like being more in touch with the community and So I started like, oh, let's do a team. So I met Yaz before Worlds, and I think it was before it was the new BIS the BIS tournament. So I was like, yeah, let's do a team. And he's like, okay, I'll find a laner for us. So we started playing with Crazy. Then we had to move some some people. So then they started playing. We got Super Shot, and then after that we played the first split, and we didn't make it. But Super Shot got Slayda, and then since Slayda was playing a lot with Erwin, he got Erwin, and then they started playing, and then they started getting all these wins, and I was like, oh, okay, so I'll just get off the sub, and then I'll just help you guys. Yeah, I think I'll help more as an analyst. Yeah, I'll help more you guys as an analyst than a player.
That's cool. Nice.
I think I'll understand. Yeah, I'll understand more the analyst side than them.
Nice. Okay, makes sense. So I mentioned like you guys being near each other and signing these contracts. Slow Dead, I gotta ask about this picture that you tweeted. What was it? Oh, maybe 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago now.
About a week and a half ago.
Yeah, with the Team Liquid Photoshop job.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
It wasn't Photoshop though. We actually printed out.
You printed them out. You went low tech with it. Huh?
The thing is that we were meeting up on Sunday because they were nearby, so we were gonna meet up and sign some stuff. And then we just started talking, and we're about to leave when I was like, when something came up in my mind, I was like, I got to do this. So I told him, I'm gonna print something about Team Liquid. We're gonna put it between the papers. I know people zoom in the pictures when stuff like this happens. Uh-huh. So I was like, we'll just put the paper there, and then it happened like we planned it. People started zooming in. They saw the picture. They started saying Team Liquid. Like, I was just cracking up. We were laughing. We're just like, we're getting messages from random players saying if it was true, because they all knew who I am, so they kind of expected it. But a lot of people actually believed it. So it's pretty funny while it lasted. Well, so when the announcement for EchoFox came out, a lot of people were like, "Okay, what the fuck happened to? Oh, my bad. What the heck happened? What the heck happened?"
Yeah, that's so troll, to be honest.
So, I'm gonna be honest. Jazz didn't want to do it. Jazz was like,
yeah, like toxic. I don't know. That's so toxic. I'm like so against it. I'm like, are you guys sure? Like, are you guys really sure about it? Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, YOLO.
At that point, was the EchoFox, I guess, talk and kind of contracts already in the works there?
Oh, they knew about it.
Okay.
They were okay with it.
Right, FooJee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it.
I think it was a pretty easy thing for people to believe, like, because we have most of these orgs people know in the community now, so it's like wouldn't surprise anyone if they came in.
Yeah, like it got a lot of attention. Like people were just saying, "Oh, congrats to Team Liquid." Like I saw some messages from like other players that were receiving, but then the smart ones were like, "Yo, Slow Dead's behind this," and at the end of the day, they kind of figured it out.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So then I guess you guys are the new roster. FooJee, I'd love to hear a little bit about like maybe what happened last split and with Mixie and Call the Meek. Where's that team now?
Yeah, so I'm actually planning on putting like a small video together to release to the community to explain it, because I know you're not the only one who probably wonders what happened, to those guys. But kind of the long story short was it became pretty apparent throughout the spring season that, even though Miko, Delphi, Cole were all good players in their own right, just as a team, they were very unable to execute when it mattered on the weekends. Scrim results didn't always reflect like losses, but the weekends, tournament matches when the pressure was on, they just struggled to really come together. And then when we went into challenge battles at the end of the season, once again just couldn't really pull it together. I subbed in for some of the games, trying a couple of different things. We finally got a couple of our first wins during that series, but just not not enough. And then while we were in the Challenger series, Cole decided to part ways, or at the very least, he just needed to take a bit of time And throughout this entire season, I talked to the guys and I told them, like, I want to support, the team. I want to be here to help build the team up. And I'm very, very specific about not just swapping players immediately if something's going bad. Like, I want to give people time to really own their mistakes.
Yeah.
And because they were unable to do this, they knew coming out of spring that it was very likely that EchoFox, we would be searching for a new roster. The primary reason why it's a completely new roster is because there wasn't really one standout player on EchoFox that I felt we could build a team around.
Okay.
So after talking to Miko and Delphi, Cole had already parted ways, and I told them that I think it's probably best for them to each consider joining an existing team, because I think their strengths would be found on a team that's already kind of put together versus the other way around. So I know Delphi right now at least is playing with Nova. I'm not really sure what Miko's plans are, and I think Cole's kind of stepped out of the Vainglory scene a little bit. So maybe some competitive left, and Delphi, not too sure about the other guys at this point, though.
Yeah, I think with you playing those last maybe few months of it, people thought you were going to make a official comeback here back into the...
No, I only played because I felt like I needed to. And I was only playing captain and challengers because Cole was unavailable. So it was a very suboptimal season, followed by a not ideal setup for our challenger push. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't have any plans to come back to competitive for myself. And I wish the best of luck to these guys and what they want to do. The everything that transpired towards the end of the season was completely amicable between EchoFox and the guys. So no hard feelings. Still have nothing but love for them, and I think vice versa. But as we head into the new season, the competitions just was too tough, I think, and looking towards a new team that I think mechanically. And in game have a lot of their stuff figured out, and then just kind of layering in some help with coaching and draft and analysis, I think is what we were looking for. And these guys showed some really great prowess through the Challenger Series. Mm-hmm. They took Immortals out to earn their spot in the VG8. And they looked really good and a lot of promise. So I think the new EchoFox team has a very, very high ceiling that's yet to be hit. Okay. Whereas I think the old team might have already been kind of near the ceiling when we started.
Okay. Do you think because this is kind of, I guess, a bigger question for the esports scene on a whole, like the challenger scene does bring out a lot of great players. We're seeing that the last two splits. Is it good that an org can just be like, yeah, we lost our spot, and we're going to drop those players and grab these new people that are now in Vainglory 8 rather than maybe rebuilding from the bottom up?
Yeah, perhaps that's a bit of more of maybe another conversation for another podcast, because I think that kind of goes a bit deep. But the TLDR answer is the current way Vainglory is structured, you kind of just have to expect it. Orgs the size of like EchoFox or C9, TSM, Immortals, they're either going to grab players or a team that they think will be very successful in pushing not only their brand forward, but it's also, a lot of these teams that have a franchise agreement with SCMC, they want to make sure they're constantly in the forefront of the competitive scene because it's important. And I think that's to be expected. I do imagine this will change over the course of the upcoming years in terms of just the structure becoming more stable. So you don't have teams that can just lose randomly 4 weeks into the season, right? Like there's a lot of good things coming that I think will correct this. But as of right now, yeah, I mean, I think it's a completely viable strategy. And I think, if you find the right players, you just do it.
Yeah, no, I agree that if you own the org, you don't want to be in those challenger battles or the series because you don't have the same, I guess, attention there as you do in the Vainglory 8 and the same brand recognition. So, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So then going into this summer season here, you guys played great over those challenger battles last split and taking down Immortals was fantastic. Like, what are you prepping for this coming season? Whoever wants to jump in here.
Well, I'll let the other guys talk too, but I think for, at least from my perspective, coming into the season, like, this is the first like time these guys as a trio have been like up against the top teams, like on the big stage, if you will. I know Yaz has had some experience in the past, but for Slayda and Irwin specifically, this is kind of their opportunity to show everyone what they're made of. So I think for us, it's just really important. Like, we want to be a top 5 team in North America for the summer season. We can obviously be great to be better, but tempered expectations are that I think we all believe that we're easily a top 5 team, but we just have to kind of dig in and earn that. So our goals initially are to just make sure people recognize EchoFox is not only a strong contender, but a team that has a very unique identity in how we execute and perform throughout the season. Because, to be honest, it's getting kind of old seeing the same people always at the top. And I know these guys are like ready to bring some new names into the competitive scene. So I'm just excited and optimistic. I think that's the best 2 words to describe it from my point of view.
Mm-hmm. Any of you guys, like, the thoughts going into this season here? I know that the double ban draft thing is probably the biggest change from the challenge battles versus the Vainglory 8. So getting used to that and planning for that, right? That's probably a big deal.
Yeah, it is. We have like very few, even into the Immortals game, into that series, we had absolutely no practice into double ban. I think the reason why we had an advantage is because they weren't expecting Irwin to play. I think they were expecting Super to play. So I don't think they prepared for Irwin's hero pool. Okay. And that's the reason we caught them off guard and we pretty much surprised them so badly. We weren't prepared though, so I'll give us that benefit. Like, we completely just did draft that we were used to.
Okay.
But they absolutely had no practice against Irwin. So
that's, I think, a lot of, sometimes it just comes down to like being comfortable on heroes and your picks, right? To take the win.
I think it's good though, because we still need a bunch of stuff to learn. Our hero pool in general, like our laner's hero pool, is very small. Yaz's hero pool isn't the biggest. He still needs a lot of improvement. I still need to learn how to crucible. I still need to learn how to position. Still need a lot of stuff improvement. And we performed pretty well. We performed consistently when Irwin was there, because if you didn't notice, during the challengers, we had to swap in Irwin and Super back and forth because Irwin has school. He's busy. Irwin doesn't play that much. So once he gets out of school, once we're able to start grinding, once we're able to start playing as trio and just grind and expand our hero pool, do everything, we still got a lot to learn. So how we performed was actually really well in our conditions, in my opinion. So I really like where we're at right now by how little we did, because we did not practice at all. Like, we practiced very little. So I'm just excited for the season to start, for whenever we start practicing.
I feel like that's a blow to Immortals here, just saying.
Well, no, I'm not hating on
Well, it's not like we did not practice at all, Slay.
Well,
Like, we grinded all night. I think rank's supposed to be our, like, playground. Like, we don't have no one to scream, so it's just like rank, like, just snipe people.
Yeah, but we're ranking, like, at 10 in the, like, at 12 at night. Like, we're going against Timmy and Tommy and fucking Jimmy. Like,
Timmy and Tommy.
I think if the team was capable of doing what they did, with the preparation they went into, now that, with the support of EchoFox and, FooJee with the experience he has and, having analysts, helping the team with the draft, that they don't have to worry that much about draft. They just have to worry about their gameplay. Okay. We just expect much more. It's like, I'm just kind of happy for them and, excited to go into summer season, because now that they're going to be more prepared to go into these matches, we'll see what we could do.
Yeah, and I feel like me and Irwin have stupid synergy, because me and him have been playing for over a year and a half. So me and him have a bunch of synergy, I guess you can say. We pretty much know what we do. He doesn't voice at all, like, he doesn't talk. So once he's able, once his school ends, like, there's just, I don't know, I felt like we have a bunch of disadvantages, but we're making it work somehow. So I'm just happy when, whenever he's out of school, so we can show our full potential possibly.
Yeah,
Also-
and this is happening soon. So like, if teams are hearing this, they're gonna think that we're handicapped. We're not. Like, everyone's gonna get out of school. This guys are gonna do this full time. Like, it's gonna change. It's not gonna be the same team that you saw on the Challenger battles. So if you like that, then you're gonna like what's coming in summer. So
Yeah.
It's probably perfect because of the school going into summer. The break's going to happen. So, like, you guys, it seems like you guys are going to fully advantage from that versus maybe some of the other players that.
well, he's gonna be out of school. So this guys are gonna be full time on the Vainglory, and then we're not gonna have any more issues with that.
And you have a insane amount of like knowledge and footage to look at to go up against these teams because they've been in this for an entire season and haven't been seen that much.
Yeah, correct.
But that's pretty great. And then as far as like prepping and moving forward, we saw update 2.5 get dropped here. Is there anything you guys are like kind of digging about this new update? Or feel like the same, and just kind of waiting for maybe Grace to come out and kind of actually change things up?
Really, 2.5 is going to be very small, so it's not really a big deal. I guess VIS Pro is going to be in it, but if I'm correct, I think VIS Pro will be in 2.5. But 2.6 is really what you have to start preparing for. Since 2.5, there's going to be nothing besides VIS Pro.
Okay.
So just, I guess we have to wait till 2.6.
Yeah, so does that make it hard to, I guess, even prep? Because the patch is going to come out here at some point, probably before the season starts. We don't have dates, or if we do, we can't say it.
New update's going to come out in 10 days or something. I'm not... Well, when the new season starts, I would assume that's when the update drops, like the whole new stuff. I'm not sure, but it should be very soon, so...
They're going to kick you from PvE.
Prepping?
Well, the season ends here soon, so it has to. There's got to be an update.
I would assume, I would assume that.
Yeah.
Like, that would common sense, I guess. But yeah, we're really not prepping for 2.5. It's pretty much just blitz. New talents.
Yeah.
Just grabbing up those, okay.
Well, tell
I
FooJee
need
you
to
spent like
grind.
90,000. Did you use FooJee Glory? How much did
You
you
did?
spend?
At
Yeah,
this
we just spent
point,
a lot.
I've probably spent around 200,000 glory.
Wow.
It's okay. I've still got like 280,000 left.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rich kid.
the talent stuff is pretty fun, but I'm sure it's got to throw off. I think it's you guys like going into these professional games or these ranked matches. Where you're like, oh, I thought this talent did this thing. Now it doesn't. It doesn't like throw you off at all.
No.
I didn't know because I played PvE and we were trolling with them. Like I've been at least used to it for a while. I'm not sure about the other guys, but at least I'm in PvE, so I'm like used to playing in playing with the talents already.
Okay.
I've already had them all out and everything, so at least I'm used to them.
I think games are more sweatier than they are before. Like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Blitz is where it's at right now. It's
Well,
Yeah.
last night, me and Derek and who was it? Erwin, we were playing like 2 in the morning against Status and like Nightwalker. Like we queued to them like
Nightwalker
5 times. Like they were so sweaty.
Yeah, I think it's fun when you have these kind of like so even specifically right now because a lot of the other top teams had just finished up Unified. A lot of people are like taking a vacation, doing a little bit of traveling, so the scrims and things aren't really happening just yet.
Okay.
But over the course of like the upcoming weeks, we'll be settling into scrim schedules and stuff. So the amount of like normal ranked play will obviously heavily outweigh blitz and talent. So I don't foresee that being an issue. But I think this is a fun patch just to keep people excited. Keep people work. You can still work on your mechanics and stuff even with the talents and whatnot. So and then once we kind of dive into the thick of things here in a week or so, we'll start getting back and focused on the upcoming season.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's kind of almost a perfect time for the talents to drop with the season ending. People are finishing up school, so they're busy. They're probably not playing as much, so it makes a lot of sense. Like, just blow off some steam, goof off for a little bit, and then we'll get back to it all in a few weeks.
Well, this VIS,
Yeah, for sure.
this VIS was just teams with like random players like subbing in for other people. If you saw,
Yeah, the VS Pro.
yeah.
Yeah, the whole kind of in between period that's happening right now, I think people take it pretty lightly, and I think that's important because as we actually get into scrim season and then summer kicks off, later in June. These guys, EchoFox, TSM, C9, everyone's going to be practicing in a lot of hours, and it's going to be a lot of work. So it's much fun as you can have leading into it with some lightheartedness. It's good because the grind does become tough, and it's a thing you start having to balance once you hit mid-season, coming into late season as well. So it's good timing for everything, I think.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the Vainglory 8. I know probably a lot of people were slightly worried we weren't going to see EchoFox this season, so I'm glad that's changing. So looking forward to you guys playing and wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll make sure I include everyone's Twitter in the show notes in the description here, so everyone listening should go follow them up and throw your support behind these guys because they've all been here for a long time playing, and now, like we were saying earlier, it's time to know these players' names. So.
Okay. Also, I'd like to throw one more thing in. Irwin is the best Celeste in North America. He's better than Excel.
Oh, okay.
What about starting all over though?
I don't know. Starting all over is a one-trick Ringo.
I'm just gonna keep quiet.
Whoa.
But I think I'm better support than you, Slay. Admit it. Come on.
I know. I'm a better jungler than you.
Okay. I know. Let's switch the role then.
So
This
is
is
this turned
becoming
into
a
a trash
Savage
talk or what?
I guess.
Yeah.
Trash cast.
It's all part of the plan. So people will think like, oh yes, we'll play support, then Slayda will play jungle. But then Slayda will lane, and then I'm gonna support, and everyone's gonna jungle. So better watch out for it, guys.
Oh man, crazy. Oh, awesome. Thanks guys for joining me, and thank you everyone for listening to episode 158. Be back next week for 159. Take care.
Let's get this over with.